close.
I am just outside and it feels so good and it looks so beautiful. I wanted to make a video about life and the meaning of it from my point of view, of course, and my discernment basically overall. I'm trying to squeeze this thing. And life for everyone is different, but like our life experiences for everyone is different. But overall, the principles and I'm gonna say lessons, it's the same, you know. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Okay. I don't know what to talk about. Okay, I guess I could talk about my recent testimony. More so just the lessons and stuff as far as recently. So I had an interview. And this one was a screening though. I already had another interview prior to that one, which went well. This one first was a screening. Not really too familiar with the meanings of certain terms, but when they said screening, I'm just like, okay, all right. But when I went there, I basically found that as a pre-interview. So I passed the pre-interview, kudos. And then I went to the other one. But when I was sent to go to the other ones, I was told that, okay, I'm gonna send you to this place so you go to the interview. I was mad, so frustrated, like basically trying to understand like why the fuck, like what kind of professionalism is this? Like it's either I get the job or not, I have it or not. Like what's the deal? And I had to do some evaluation and stuff like that. Oh man, I don't know. I guess when it comes to doing YouTube and stuff, I should write out what I'm gonna. Actually, I did. Hold on. Let me see what I wrote in. This will be easier for me to just talk about, get into. Oh, okay. There we go. So this one is YouTube topic. So we're gonna talk about expectations. Expectations and basically trust. Expectation and trust, they go hand in hand. For me, at least, with my testimony. Okay. Whatever your expectation is, just know it has nothing to do with the person. You know, always expect someone to be who they are, whatever it is, but don't expect them to be nothing that they've never shown you to be. Because what you expect / want from them has nothing to do with them. It was like an epiphany or realization for me when basically I trusted somebody in my family very close to me, and I was so upset. I gotta get the light. Light shining. Shine a light on them. Basically, trusted them. Trusted in that it would go good. Trusted the word, but my problem was that this person could talk good. He can talk good, and I guess in a sense is a manipulator, and he don't know it, you know. But he could talk good. Like he talks very smart, but when you see his moves, see his actions, you know it's nothing like that of the sort. So he got me again. But it'll be the last time. because I trusted him and he did what he did, I'm not gonna stop trusting people. Then now I'm giving the power to that man, you know? My trust lies in me and God. So basically, basically what I was saying to myself, the epiphany, and what I wrote down to myself was, if this person that you're about to, I trusted him out of desperation. That's one. Never do that. I trusted him because he talked a good talk. Trusted him because he came to me. I didn't come to him willingly. So when he came to me with the what it was, I followed it. I removed my pride because I would have, but everything happens for a reason because this was supposed to be happening. So I trusted him. And what I said to myself after it was all said and done, after all that, felt what I felt the emotions, I said to myself, before you trust someone with anything and they tell you to trust them, to basically depend on them, ask yourself, look at their track record and see if they have been a very well trustworthy friend as of that moment in that year or in that month. Or all three the same. I said to myself, this nigga ain't never been that trustworthy at all. Not that, but no, trustworthy at all. In this year, in this month, as of lately, with me or with anything I've seen him, with anyone, you know. So that was my fault. I had to observe that, and that was my fault completely. Basically, what I'm saying is like, there's a beautiful couple right next to me. They look so beautiful. Oh, the couple. He's talking to his wife. Y'all don't trust nobody who fucked you over mad times. I'm trying to word it up, try to be all cutesy and demure. I'm not that. I'm not that. Don't trust nobody who ain't trustworthy, y'all. Like, word of my mother, don't do that. If the motherfucker showed you mad times that he ain't trustworthy, went back on his word, if you know yourself and you know that motherfucker a lot too, don't trust that nigga. I don't give a fuck how desperate or the position you in, don't trust them. And if you scared, think like, oh, should I trust him, should I not? Go for it. I know y'all probably like, wait, nigga, you just told me don't go for it. Go for it because I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to also experience because that's how I was taught, through experience. So I'm going to say don't go for it. You're going to experience what you experience in the end of the day because I'm not going to say don't trust this person. But however, if you have already done the evaluation that someone has not been a trustworthy person as of lately, not in the past, but as of lately in that month, in that week, in that year, in the last 6 months, then go with your analysis. You'll save yourself the heartache and the time that is, you know, being potentially being wasted if you give in and trust the person. Now, second chances everybody deserves. Chances everybody deserves because you can fall so many times and get back up again. But just go with the flow. If you feel like they need to be trusted, if you feel like you can trust them again because they put in a book of talk after you done lay down the law, like yo, you're not a do it like that. Yo, you're not a trustworthy person. You're not. I couldn't trust you before. Like, you sure I could trust you? Y'all have like a real sit down conversation. I know little 1-2 talk, a real sit down conversation, and in that moment, you trust them. And this only applies to people who has not been trustworthy, but now they're coming to you saying that they're a good person or they're a new person or they're advertising that they're a new and better person than they were. Well, you got to make sure of that shit yourself. So have that conversation, that moment. Well, let's have this talk. About a few minutes, not no little 2 minutes. A nice little 10-minute discussion, and ask them and tell them, hey, you're not really that trustworthy. So you come to me about this favor, or I'm coming to you about this favor. I see that you can pull through. Can I trust you? Can you actually pull through it? They say yeah, and be like, all right, cool. But if you can't pull through, I can't trust you, right? That like that, because I'm gonna be hurt, because I'm basically depending on you. After that, um, you just you go with it. You go with the flow. See how everything works out. Whatever happens, happens, good or bad. But this doesn't apply for every person that you may encounter in your life that comes across trustworthy or not trustworthy. Because it can be 10 bad wolves and only one of them change. You know? You can have 10 bad untrustworthy people in your life that has been untrustworthy for a long time, and only one of them could have changed. So don't overlook that one that has changed. Um, yeah, you can expect them to do all that. You can expect the only thing you could have high expectations for in your with life is yourself and life. When I say life, I'm talking about you expect this shit to be good for you. You look at life like that, you know. But don't put your expectation on something on man, on human, any human. Not an expectation that they haven't showed you that they can uphold. Now, if you now this is the only time you should have an expectation of somebody is if they, you seen their actions, you seen this, you seen that, whatever. So you expect, okay, you gonna do that. Like I said, that just goes down to what I was just saying. Expect someone to be who they are already. That's the only thing you can do because they have shown you that's what it is. This is what it is. So expect that to come again. Now, if they haven't shown you any signs of anything that you want them to do, especially if you communicate those expectations, then quite frankly, y'all, it don't got nothing to do with them. It really don't. It never really does. If you're not expecting them to be themselves, every other expectation you have don't have anything to do with that person. And I had to learn that. I was watching a video of DMX one time a few years back. He said, "Always expect somebody to be who they are." And I didn't understand that because he was talking so damn fast, and it's just, you had to be there to really understand it. It wasn't that he was just talking fast, because I remember it now. It was just that I couldn't relate with it in the moment. So when I finally continue to live life more and more, it's when I realize, okay, yeah, expect them to be who they are, and that's good or bad. If this person is a good person, I expect you to be a good person. If you showed me signs that this the person you are, I expect you to be those signs that you showed me who you are. But if you have not shown me the things that you no correction, if you have not shown me what I want you to be, then I ain't got nothing to do with you. It's just me. Now I gotta evaluate, and either I gotta tell you about my expectations, what I want to expect of you, whether if it's like a boyfriend or girlfriend, or a friend, or anybody really. But make sure those expectations are realistic too, because some people put expectations on people that is not realistic. I read this quote. No, I saw this video of a woman saying, "It's your fault if you choose to make somebody be someone they're not." You know what I mean? So like, it's your fault if you put this person in a position to be somewhere they're not. Like, you can't tell your mentally ill father or mother or cousins or nieces and nephews, whoever your family is, you can't tell them as mentally ill as they are. They're not all the mentally ill, like they need to be in psychiatric ward, but they're just not there in tune with life and how life moves because they're pessimistic and think life doesn't work for them. You can expect a person like a pessimistic person to think the glass is half full because they think the glass is half empty. You can't. It's your fault if you put that person in a position to disappoint yourself. It's my fault if I tell somebody, yo, slide through and pick me up, knowing this person ain't never came through for me, knowing this person is a bullshitter. Oh, slide through and slide me through $60 or something. It's your fault if you put them in a position where they're like a I need to take from you type of person. They're not there yet to even know that just taking, and not giving nothing back is not a good thing. So don't put them in a position to do that, especially when you have knowledge. You got to use it. Don't use it to your disadvantage. Use it to your advantage. When I say that, I'm saying that for the good of you and man in life itself. Um, so me having knowledge, I know that I'm smarter than this person. Like, so for example, I'll be in a situation and I know something may happen. I'm like, I know more than this person. I know what I can do for a better outcome for my peace. and for the peace of the situation. In times like that, you may have to overcome your pride because you may say, oh no, I'm shrinking myself. Well, shrinking yourself in this situation, shrinking yourself, it protects your peace. Because if you go with what you know you can go with, it's not going to be as peaceful. And now it's going to be draining because you're talking to a wall. You ever feel like you're talking to somebody, you feel like you got to repeat yourself, you got to yell over them because they keep talking over you and stuff like that? It's because they're closed-minded. Y'all ever heard the phrase, a mind is a terrible thing to waste? Yeah, that's because it is. When I realized I had a bad mind, I had to fix that up. And then that's when I seen everybody else around me had a bad mind. And I had to literally let go of everyone. The people who I didn't even think I could let go of. Just because their mind was not right. It had nothing to do with who they were as a person, like as far as like how they treat me, because they treated me good. But who they were as a person, I value that. They didn't value that as much as that. And I shouldn't be in a position where I value you more than you value yourself. So I gotta back away. You know? Wasn't easy coming to that realization, but eventually I did it. And here I am. You know? So don't put nobody in a position to be something they're not. That's your fault if you do that, because you already knew across the door, like, yeah, he ain't or she ain't gonna be able to complete this for me, or they ain't gonna be able to comprehend or understand the situation. They're not gonna be able to fathom what's going on around them. It could be the smallest things, the things you wouldn't even think could be like technological for them, but it is for them. But technically, in this situation, you would know it is technological for them, because they just don't have that mental capacity, because their capacity is like this when it should be like this. They don't have that mental capacity to understand, like, this is what it is. No fear. Shouldn't fear nothing. Understand it. Take it in. Knowledge. Share it. They don't understand it like that. So it is best that you expect someone to be who they are. You trust people who are trustworthy. Also, what I should have said more and more was trust yourself. Trust God. However, you can trust God. Whoever your denomination is, whoever your God is, Buddha, Allah, universe, all that good stuff. Trust it. It ain't never gonna steer you wrong. But there will be times in life, y'all, that y'all have to overcome your pride. That's something I've done. I've asked God. I said, God, teach me how to trust you, because that ain't something I know how to do, and I know how to trust Him. Trusting is knowing that everything gonna be fine. It's having faith that everything gonna be fine. It's knowing, not even just believing that everything will be fine. It's just knowing that everything gonna be fine. Trusting is knowing that God got the rest once you've done your part. Trusting is knowing. Faith, having faith and trusting is knowing all that good is gonna happen. And you can't even see it physically. But you can see it in here, and you can feel it in here. Some people might think that's bullshit, but whoever's watching this video's for you, so you know it ain't. So that will be the video for today. Trust yourself. Trust God before you trust man. And if you trust man, make sure that the records show that they can be a trustworthy person as of lately. And if they have not been a trustworthy person as of lately, then don't trust them. But if they come to you advertising that they can be a trustworthy person instead of you going to them because you're desperate, if they come to you advertising they can be a trustworthy person, you sit down and have a talk with them. Like a 5-10 minute talk. Say, yo, you really haven't been that trustworthy as of these few years or months or whatever time it was. But I'm going to trust you. But I need you to not disappoint me. I need you to come through for me. Like I know you can. Now, if you agree, we can agree. Please don't disappoint me, because then, even if something does happen, coincidentally, I'm not gonna trust you. Like, I'm gonna feel like that. I can't control how I feel. Like, I'm gonna not trust you. I'm gonna be hurt. So that hurt is gonna lead for me not trusting you, because it's like, gave you a chance. You were advertising that you could be a trustworthy person, but you're not. But hey, bro, trust yourself and trust God first before you trust man. Know that everything gonna be fine. Only go to people when you want to trust somebody, or you want to depend on somebody for something that you need, or you need them to lift you up, not hold you down for something that's in your life. Make sure that this person is a trustworthy person. The only time you have to start doing some evaluation is if somebody comes to you advertising that they can be a trustworthy person, saying that they can hold you down. Correction, lift you up through whatever storm you're going through, so you don't have to feel like your head is above the below the water, or above the water, like you at the neck. Nah, they gonna lift you up. They advertising that they gonna lift you up, and you know they have not been a trustworthy person in the past. You had that talk with them and say, yo, your track record ain't been what it should have been. But you advertising this, you saying that for me, and so you know that technically means I'm gonna depend on you, right? Cool. So hey, come through for me. And if you can't come through for me, if you after you say yes and you don't come through for me, I'm gonna be hurt, and that hurt is gonna say it like that. I'm gonna be hurt, and that hurt is gonna lead to me not trusting you. Like, I can't control it because you hurt, because I'm hurt. Um, and that's just that simple, you know. Um, prayer works. Prayer works. Please, please, please pray however you can. Whether if that's meditating out with the hands open, I used to do that. I still do that sometimes, but now I just sit back, relax, oh, and I just let it flow and say exactly how I feel. I remember the time I told God to show me God within, to show me how He's inside, to know how that feels, and that prayer was answered. I prayed to trust God. That prayer was answered. Prayer works. I want to leave with this. What I woke up saying. The brave, and this came from a horse, from a movie called The Boy, it was the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse. That's what it's literally called. And the little boy asked the man, "What's the bravest thing you ever said?" The horse replied back and said, "Help. Don't be scared to surrender, because fear is only false evidence appearing real. It ain't real, y'all. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Know that everything's gonna be fine. You have to see it like that and believe it. Everything's really gonna be fine. There's no other better way I can say it. Prayer works. If you don't believe me, just pray those same prayers I prayed, and pray to be open-minded first, and also be careful what you pray for. And you have to understand that when you pray for certain things, God is not going to zap these things into you, like Morgan Freeman said. He's going to put you in a position where you're going to master that ability that you're praying for. And those positions are not the easiest positions. It's like pulling the all-nighter when you're tired, because you're going to be tired, you know? So, and when I said be careful what you pray for, I'm saying, like, I really meant to say, know that what you pray for, you will get. But it will not come to you easy. And that's not a bad thing. People don't know that there's a difference between pressure and pain. But the reason why a lot of people can't differentiate those two is because they're both uncomfortable. Pressure leads to growth. It leads to you becoming tough and hard, in a beautiful way, not in a bad way. Pain only leads to suffering. And once you stay there, that suffering that it led to was a choice. Because you chose to stay in that pain instead of getting up out of it. See, God is within, so you can get up out that mess. You just have to know it and do it. You know all this knowledge, you have to actually put the action into it. So, for example, I know all this knowledge, and I've been procrastinating, and that I would do this video for so long, and I finally put the action into doing it. I went against the laziness, the procrastination, and all those things. I saw a quote that said, "Look how far I gotta go," and God is saying, "But look how far you've come." And I would always say, "I've come too far to turn back now, so we might as well keep going," you know. Um, and that's pretty much it, y'all. Love life, cause life just means living. No, life just means love in full effect. Love means living on valued energy. I guess you could say live means living in valued energy. Life means love in full effect. You got this. Much love. Much love.